The most terrifying story of a restless ghost. I request that weak-hearted people do not listen to this story alone. If you like our stories, then please like our video. Subscribe this channel. And be sure to give your opinion by commenting. Thanks for watching. It was during those days when construction work was going on in my house. So me and my wife decided together that we will move into a rented house for a few days till the construction work of our house is completed. There are 6 people including me in my family. Me and my wife. I have 3 daughters and 1 son. Soon I got a big house on rent at a very low rent. My wife and I were wondering how to get such a big house for such a low rent. But we were only going to stay there for a few days, so we didn't think too much about it. When it was our first day in this house, my wife complained to me that the house was so big, open, and airy, but still it felt so dark. I told her, "Sweetie, no problem, I will arrange more light." The first day was spent setting up our luggage. Everything was fine when suddenly at 7 p.m. a strange smell spread throughout the house. As if a lot of flesh had been burnt. The smell was very strong. But it was not known where the smell was coming from. I checked the whole house, but I did not find anything that smelled bad. I went outside and checked that the smell was not coming from outside the house, but as soon as I left the house, I found out that it was outside. There is no smell. Suddenly, after 1 hour at 8 p.m., the smell disappeared like it was not there. We ignored this incident. After that, they had dinner and everyone went to sleep in their rooms due to the tiredness of the whole day. Before going to sleep, my wife told me that you have arranged more light, but it still feels dark in this house. And the walls feel desolated. I consoled her and said that you are feeling like this because of the new place, so don't think too much and go to sleep. The next evening at 7 o'clock, the same foul smell of burnt meat spread throughout the house. We were very worried because even today it is not known where the stench is coming from. And exactly at 8 p.m., the smell disappeared again. Now my wife started seeing a woman in a blue dress in this house, who would leave my elder daughter's room and walk quickly through the corridor to the kitchen. When my wife goes to the kitchen and looks, there is no one there. In the same way, the woman in the blue dress would come out of the kitchen and go through the corridor to my elder daughter's room. My wife could not see her face, so she thought she might be our daughter. But when she would check her room, she was either not in the room or asleep. Now my wife started to be a bit scared. When he mentioned these things to me, I avoided saying that she was delusional. Many days had passed since we moved into this house. Now that woman in blue dress started seeing me and my children besides my wife. No one could see his face. And as soon as someone followed her, she would suddenly disappear. Apart from this, the mystery of the stench, which started coming suddenly every day and suddenly disappeared by itself, had not been solved yet. Then one night our eyes were opened by the sound of my eldest daughter crying loudly. We ran to her room and saw her very scared sitting on the bed and crying. My wife quickly hugged her and comforted her. When her condition improved, she told that the same woman in a blue dress had appeared in his dream. And my daughter also saw her face in the dream. My daughter told us how she looked, which sent chills down our spines. She said her whole face was burnt. There were no pupils of the eyes. And she was telling me in a manly voice that you guys should leave this house or else I will kill everyone one by one. After telling this, my daughter started crying again. We told him it was just a dream. That night my wife slept with her. Every day for the next 5 days, my daughter had the same dream, which frightened her and made her cry a lot. My wife asked me to leave this house and move back to my house. The construction work of our house was almost completed, so I said okay, tomorrow we will move to our house. The next day when we were leaving, A man from the neighborhood told us that the family that lived here before you had a daughter who was mentally ill. And one evening in her madness she set herself on fire in the kitchen and died. Many people still see his ghost in this house. I became silent. I understood why this house smelled bad every evening. After we shifted to our house, we never saw that woman again. But the time we stayed in this house is unforgettable for us,